guys, welcome back to Bay Area Fishing. Today we're going to be discussing jigs, particularly jigs in the spring. Now I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube about this. Some people have discussed it. Some people have not gone into great depths about it. A good video to watch is Tactical Bassing. He describes it quite a bit. But today I'm going to kind of break it down into my soft plastic trailers that I put on the back of my jigs. I have three main jigs I throw in the springtime for catching those big and like stubborn bass, if that's what you want to call it. So starting off with the first jig, we got ourselves here. This is a Strike King football jig. But I kind of trimmed it up a little bit in the front there, so it's more of a finesse style bait. If I can pull these up a little more there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that's more of a finesse style bait, but what that does is it allows it to kind of wobble in between the rocks and stuff. And what I usually like to put on the back of this bait, particularly in the early years, is Super Salty Z-hog Jr. by Zoom. These things will get bit. Now this is like your average style flipping bait, more of a finesse profile on it. Now, let me straighten out these appendages for you guys so you can see that better. It's got a nice long kicking action and you got flappy arms there. It works great on the back of one of these. I will say, however, when you do go to thread it on, kind of take a chunk off, just bite a chunk off, and then put that bait, slide it right on there. Oh yeah, that's the juice right there, boys. All right, so that's basically what it looks like. Now that's this color that I got on here. I'm not even sure what color this is. I think it's like a Junebug or Junebug purple, green pumpkin purple. But that is like a peanut butter jelly style bait color. And that works really good for quality fish, that you're gonna get. That works. It's sort of a neutral color if you pair those two together, kind of like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So that is it for that one. Now this jig, this is the Denny Braur flipping jig. Now you flip this in the thickest cover. I trimmed it down a bit, made it a little bit more finesse style. I trimmed that piece there, the weed guard, and so usually what I'm putting on the back of this guy, it's going to be, this is the Pro Design Bobby Lane Craw Fatty by Berkeley powerbait. It is extremely flappable. And what I mean by flappable is like this thing flaps in the water a crap ton. So I'm usually taking off the chunk to the first section there and just threading it on there. Now with this design of this type of jig, it allows it to punch through cover a lot better than most of your jigs. You can use swim jigs for that purpose as well, but this is more of a bigger profile bait. So if you want to target those bigger bass, those bigger fish on those drop-off points there, in those weed beds too, because they're starting to get up into that spawning area once that water temp hits that 40-degree range. They're starting to think about that spawn. They're thinking big baits. They're thinking stocking up their food, stocking up their belly, just getting ready for spring. So that is on that end of that spectrum. And now another bait I do like to use for that jig is the Berkeley powerbait Jester. You guys have heard me talk about it numerous times. This is actually the June bug color. So if you're fishing really muddy water, use this color. This June bug color will get you bit. You want something in this time because it is raining a lot, especially at this time. So you want something that shows quite a bit of contrast in the water column. So when you're fishing this on the bottom, you want it to stand out against the vegetation and stuff that's down there. So going forward, keep those colors in mind. June bug, purple, those type of colors, chartreuse, which I rarely ever use chartreuse, but use those type of colors for like dirty water. And then if you're going for like just in general clearer water or cleaner water, I'd choose something like that. That's a green pumpkin red, or something like I got the Guggen baits right here, the Guggen baits Bandito bug. This is the Bama bug color. It's got like bluish and green pumpkin to it. That's a super good bait for like bluegill fishing. Well, not bluegill fishing, but it's supposed to imitate a bluegill in the springtime. That's mainly what these bass are feeding on in the spring. They're going to be feeding on bluegill, or if you got a big amount of perch in your lake, they're going to be feeding on perch, things like that. And then this is another one of my baits that I really go back to quite a bit. This is the Strike King bitsy jig. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but this bait here, it has a 90-degree line tie, and that's what you want to look for on or 45-degree line tie. So when you guys have these in the water, make sure to have that 45-degree line tie, because that allows it for quicker hook sets. Like you'll jerk it up and it'll hook into the top of that fish's mouth. Now that for that specific bait too, I also have a tendency to use the Zoom z-hog, just because it provides a really good flipping structure. Now there is times in the springtime where I will use a bait with a little bit more action, but for the most part, I'm using baits that don't have a heck of a ton of action, just because of the fact that it's slowly warming up. So what I like to tell people is, if it's slowly warming up, you want to move slowly with your baits. And you also want to make sure you have the bulk of your trailer exposed. Now the trailer is that soft plastic part there. Alright, so if you guys got through this video all the way to the end, hopefully you liked it. If you did, please leave a like button down below, and please make sure to subscribe to the channel for new content every week. Hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching. Peace.